There we go.
There we go. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
Can you hear us?
I hear you. Hear you real good.
Gotcha. I guess we can start this, right? We figured to show up a little something like this, right?
No doubt. No doubt.
Well, of course, we're in the house, so but of course, everybody knows who we are. We're the Radio Twins. I'm CJ. I'm JJ. And of course, this is ENT Radio. But of course, we on Instagram live. But of course,
Nah,
none other than Billy Live. What's going on, man?
ain't nothing, bro. What's going on with y'all?
Nothing much. Not much. So we definitely want to get this started because there's a lot that we got to talk about. But first, we want to first ask, since we have these masks on and everybody knows today's society right now, everybody got to rock a mask. So in this pandemic situation, how are you dealing with it? Right.
I've actually been very successful since the pandemic. I number one, the mask. You know what I'm saying? We were a little late with it, but we saw the need for some flavor behind the mask.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got tired of seeing the little purple and blue joints on everybody's face. Looked like we was in at the doctor's office everywhere we went.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we put together, we figured out, we went through a couple trial and error trying to find like the right material, the right mask to fit your ears. So we went through all that process, and we put it together and made it work. So now we got like the logos that you guys are wearing. We did a different logo, and we're trying different multicolors and different like color prints and everything like that. And we sold like hundreds of masks already, and we're just gonna keep it going.
That's what's up. Right. Now, aside from that, I think you have some others. Well, we'll wait and you talk about that last. Right now, if I'm correct, does this look familiar to you?
Oh yeah, the oath, exactly.
Tell people about this new project.
So basically, the oath was a project that I put together right when the pandemic started.
Right.
We had the option of sitting around and doing nothing, you know what I'm saying, or going out there and making the best of a situation. And with us being entertainers, the best thing that you can do during that pandemic was to create. You know what I'm saying? So I put together a project called The Oath, and it's a different vibe. It's more laid back hip hop with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like every single song has a good meaning to it and a different part of my life or a different story or whatever. And we put that out with the face mask and the sticker, and I sold them for $20 a pop. Okay. Yes, I'm selling the CDs for $20 a pop. Yes, so and it worked out really well.
Well, so according to, I guess, from all of the projects past, how's this one different? I know all of them are different, but how is this one different from the last? Well,
what I'm doing right now is with dropping EPs as opposed to albums, you get to kind of focus on more of a timepiece project or more of an emotion. Okay. So with what's up, cuz? My cousin just joined, but with the Oath, it was more of me maturing into this new level that I'm on my way to being at with the music scene and myself as a man and individual. So the Oath is more like just laid back hip hop, man. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely boom bap, but it's laid back. I even put some new age flavor to it and had some where I was kind of singing and kind of. I mean, we'll talk about the project, you know what I'm saying? But it was some vibe stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's one particular question I got. Like, what one of the cuts, and the only way to hear this CD is you got to buy it. But my thing is,
actually, I updated that. But really? Yeah, it's actually now on all streaming platforms. Yeah, what's up, Reggie Ruckus? What's up, Jacob? But yeah, it's on all streaming platforms right now. Whenever I'll tell you that whole process too. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, but that was going to be like the next question because right now, social media or online, right? So, but ask this question: you decided to use a sample of a particular female voice. And I think you know which one I'm talking about. Because I'm a fan. That's the reason why I'm asking. And I'm talking about Mary J.
Yeah.
What made you use that?
I was just searching beats, and I came across it, and as soon as it hit me, it just like put me in the zone to where it was like you remind me. I don't know, it just put me in the zone where it was just so smooth, and I felt like I was in the back of my dad's Cutlass or something. You know what I'm saying? Before I could even drive and all that, and it just put me back in that zone. And I just had to do it. So that track um is actually it's called Short Days, Long Nights, and it's a combination of me telling the stories about being a teenager and going into how my life is right now.
All right. Now, for those who may not know, who is Billy Live?
Billy Live is say that part again.
I said because one, your last name is very unique. So,
Mm-hmm.
where Live started from, how you came up with that last name, Live, and the special.
Well, the live just came from growing up and being wild. In the '90s, live was lit used to be live. You know what I'm saying? So I was a more wilder character back then. You know what I'm saying? So I just stuck with my original name was Crown Live. I had that for a long time, and then we went with the Billy Live thing. My cousin used to I don't know who started saying it or if I said it or whatever. One day from the Crown Live project, I said something Billy Live, and then it just sounded cool. And I was like, you know what? I want to just go up with my name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just ran with it. Really was no thought behind it. That's really what it is. And I changed the I to a Y in live just because it was cool to do at that time.
Right.
And yeah, that was it.
All right. Now, in your opinion, what do you think is missing in music?
Right now, I feel like heart. I feel like the heart of music, both local and major, is it's not really like that no more. There's some young cats that they put their heart in their music and you can hear it, and then there's other ones that are just doing music because they think it sounds cool when they want to have that next wave or jump on the next wave. And even older guys, they see what the younger guys are doing instead of like creating or bettering what they do. They want to jump on that wave and they look crazy and sound stupid when they do it. So I feel like heart is missing because like back in the day, even in the early 2000s, everybody was just like really just rapping their story. They weren't trying to be somebody else. They was rapping their story.
See, and without you, I don't know what it is, but every time we do interviews, it seems a little bit easier because we know. But you have artists that actually drop CDs, one after another, and we always specifically describe themselves as, each CD I kind of grew. Do you go that format? Each CD I'm growing, or you just kind of see what's going on within your environment or in the world and say, well, I'm going to try to do what feels right at this moment as opposed to growing. I mean, because both work for certain people. So, is that?
Um, I don't really pay attention to anything that's going on with anybody else. When it's time for me to do music, I don't listen to nobody, I don't follow nobody, I don't do anything like that. So I kind of do whatever I feel. So like with the Oath project, I was just in that mood. Everything stopped and slowed down because of COVID. So I just came with a project that was laid back and slowed down so people can ride out to it. I really just I kind of like I don't try to outdo myself because I keep growing every project. Obviously, I'm getting older, so I can't rap about the same things now that I rapped about when I was younger. But if I hear a certain kind of beat, I'll tell a story about how I felt or emotion I was going through when I was at a different age or whatever. But yeah, I feel like I grow every single project, and sometimes I go backwards, and then I got to catch back up. Like this new body of work I'm working on is real raw. It's like really, really raw, like almost like me from 2008 type raw. Okay. But it's just what I felt. Maybe because things are opening back up. So now I feel like, I got all this bottled up stuff I want to throw back out there. So it's like my song Lions and Wolves, the new project is like 6 of them.
Okay.
Straight to your head. Boom, 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 boom.
How does things like, let's say, racial injustice that's going on now affect what you do business wise and as far as your music? Because we know it's like you down where everybody kind of adapts to.
Say that last part you cut out.
For the most part, when you throw out music and you actually put music out, you gravitate to it, no matter what background of living you happen to be, Yellow, Puerto Rican, whatever. Do you feel it makes a major difference? And somehow I believe there was an incident, I'm not sure if you want to bring that up, but where you were pulled over.
Got you. I'll answer the first question, then I'll go into that. It doesn't really affect me personally. You know what I'm saying? And I've caught some flack for voicing that in group settings, you know, where everybody was kind of like riled up about different things or whatever. And it's not. I take a lighter approach to everything based on what I had to deal with personally, what my kids and everybody in my surroundings had to deal with. Because like I feel like in order to really create change, it has to start from within like your home. So I focus a lot on that. So I talk to, you know, my family or my kid or whatever about what's going on in the streets and the injustices and things like that, in hopes to, as he grows or as they come out and talk to somebody else, they can touch somebody else. I did the protests, I did all that, not the crazy stuff, just the walks and everything like that. So I definitely do my part, but I don't put any of that in my music. I actually don't get political in my music at all. I was told a long time ago not to, if you put out your political views on your platform, then you're throwing yourself out there to be criticized. It don't matter if you're right or wrong, you get criticized for it. And that's just how I choose not to be political on my platform. So I don't do it in my music either. That's just how I feel. Some people like, you know, you have a voice and you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And I got into it with a couple of people because I'm like, what you're asking me to do as far as helping the community, I do that every day on a regular before anything happens.
Right.
You know, that's what I do. I help kids. I help adults. I help people get off of drugs. I give people jobs. I bridge the gap of the color barrier by working with the different people I work with. So I do God's work every day. So I don't really care what anybody says about how I choose to talk and display my political views.
I like that answer, which is now a perfect segue, right? As in, how does Wisdom Court figure into the major scheme of things?
Honestly, now I never really sat down with all of my guys and like really had this conversation, but I kind of feel like everybody's on the same thing.
Right.
You know, we've been, a lot of us were at the marches, and you know, helped out with different things like that. But we don't really have a problem with our guys like going crazy with the political. You never see it online at all, do you?
None.
It maybe I just picked certain kind of people. I don't know. You know, my energy might bring in a certain kind of people to be around me, but we don't. We're there, and we're there to help our communities and our people of any race. But we're not there to sit there and argue with everybody. That's not what we do.
So how did Wisdom start? I'm sorry, Wisdom Court start.
How to start?
Yeah. For those who don't.
Wow. Oh, okay. So we had a street. I ain't gonna go all the way back. I'm gonna go back to like the 90s, or the late 90s. We had a street crew called LOS, which is called Life is Sin, and that was a crew that we had. And then we used to rap and we used to record ourselves on like little boom boxes. We would put one little Sony radio on one side, another Sony radio on another side. So one had the mic and one had the tape to play the instrumental. We would have to adjust where to have them so it picked up our voice better and turn the bass down and stuff. It was crazy. That was our studio back in the day. So that's how we started. Then I had met well, I'm not gonna say I met, but some people I went to high school with just came home from a prison stint, and he had met another dude named Corleone, and who's runs Corleone Records or whatever. And they grabbed us and brought us up to Westminster to sit down and join their record label, which is called Corleone Records. And from that, the LOS Street Crew turned into the LOS Music Group, and we took who we had plus who they had, and we all came under the same umbrella. So they went underneath of my crew name, but we went underneath of their company name. Okay. Right? So you know that was cool for a little bit. Like I said, it was a lot of street stuff. So we started butting heads a little bit, and the owner of that company is my brother. Like we've always been straight. You know what I'm saying? But other people I didn't really get along with, so I left. And I left, and then I formed UREC Productions. UREC is my another crew that I have, who's all my cousins from Ricerstown, Baltimore, and Woodlawn. It's called Unit Rec. It's it breaks down to you and I together. We'll wreck every Challenger kid. It's on some hip hop stuff or whatever. But that's UREC. And then one of my cousins died, Jay Bravo, rest in peace. And it was hard to kind of get everything back in order after that. We wrote it out for a long time, but the other people that were in it, we all kind of just started growing and getting older and doing different things and having kids and things like that. So I ended up taking whoever was left from the UREC crew and the LOS crew, and I formed Wisdom Court Entertainment. So it's a combination of 3 different crews.
Now, when did the promoting start for you?
The promoting started early 2000s. The guy that we used to record our first songs with at in Westminster under the LOS umbrella ended up getting a job at Club Sonar as a sound engineer. So they had a back then street teaming was a big thing. So they needed more people for their street team or whatever. And I ain't know nothing about that, but he knew that I had a lot of people with me. You know what I'm saying? So he hit me up. He's like, "Hey, would you want to hand out some flyers? I can get you like $800." I'm like, yeah. So we had like stacks and stacks of flyers and posters and all that. And we went to Artscape, Afram, the Pimlico, everything, handing out flyers in the sun, in the rain, boom, 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 boom. And I did that for a couple of years, and I would get paid to do that. So through me doing that, I got an opportunity to have my first show at Club Sonar. That was my show, and we packed it, and it was a wrap from then.
And speaking of packing, didn't I saw you on the news a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
You were on the news. I mean,
it was.
You're like, wow, we know all this. Yeah, told you we got our connects. Go ahead.
We was on the news because with COVID everything shut down. So I don't know what the word to use, but Baltimore Soundstage was one of the first venues to open back up, and they gave Wisdom Court the chance to be the first people to have the first show back. You know what I'm saying? Which was amazing. It could have been anybody, but it chose us. Because they had to start back with the independent promoters before they can start doing stuff with like the bigger name promoters, and we got the opportunity to do it, and it was on the news. It was awesome. Everybody, I heard your name on the news. So right. you can't ask for better publicity than that, and we killed the show.
Was it
perfect show?
Was it difficult trying to maintain social distancing?
Nope. No, Soundstage had all laid out. There was chairs that were broken down into little sections and all that. And as you came in, they sat you down. So if you came in late, you was in the back, but it was broken down.
Okay.
And then it worked out. It worked out so well that I got 3 more dates.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up?
So a lot of people always say it's doing days and times it's kind of hard to kind of like bring people together. Of course, you got to think of the social distancing, 6 feet. I don't care. I ain't. But do you see that as a thought process? Okay, I got 3 more coming up. Is that like one of the main things you're thinking about when, like for instance, the most recent one that's coming up? You said you have 3. The first one, social distancing. Is that the first thing in your mind? Like, okay, am I a little worried about it? Am I going to do okay?
Nah, I don't think about that. I think about making sure that that our company is represented the right way, and we do everything, by the guidelines set by Soundstage and the CDC requirements. And as long as we do what we're supposed to do based on what everybody's telling us to do, we'll be okay. You gotta think, they ain't closed Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They ain't closed BJ's. They ain't closed different things. So we're really not. We're actually farther away from people in the Walmart lines. So it's like, we could sit here and be scared and not want to come out and not do anything. We could do that, but then our company would slowly start to break down, and I don't like breaking down. So I don't think about anything except for winning, and any way that we gotta do to win is what I think about.
Right. You said company. So what do you have coming up when it that for those who don't
like company wise?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, with Wisdom Court, we always do the promotions. We promote different other companies, other artists. That's one thing we're doing. You can actually paid to work out a deal with us to where we can help with your marketing. So I'm in the process of setting it up where we start working with a lot of different small businesses instead of just artists, different small businesses in the sense of setting up their marketing, getting their social media ready and things like that. That's one part we're working on. I haven't fully announced this shit, but I'm starting a new, I'm doing it. I'm launching a new booking agency, right? It's going to be called Purpose. And it's the same thing as it's under Wisdom Court, and it's not. The only difference is Wisdom Court is we're promoters, booking agents, and event planners, right? We do production, video, everything with artist development. The booking agency is going to slowly focus on management and booking of artists, but you don't have to be signed. You don't have to be a Wisdom Court artist to work with a booking agency. So I did that. I did it separated. So if there's a rock band, a country singer, a boxer, anybody at all that wants to work with me and my company and utilize, some of the things I have and what I can bring to the table, you can do that without having to be on the Wisdom Court roster. Now, some people that's on the roster will also be under the Purpose management and booking, because that's going to be, how I, sign all my contracts with under Purpose. But I opened it to where I can work with more people, because yeah.
Now,
So I'm able to work with everybody I want to work with, and I don't have to overly saturate the brand.
And not too long ago, you walked away from music, and then you came back. What made you come back?
Did I walk away from it?
I'm trying to I think it was like a retirement.
Yeah, I remember that. That was probably
right before the movie that you.
You didn't?
You didn't?
The documentary?
Yeah, the documentary.
I didn't walk. No, it was more like a forced break. It wasn't like I didn't want to walk away. I was in a situation where it was like the personal life just wasn't going good, and I felt like I was spread too thin, and I didn't walk away. I just kind of stopped. I had to stop doing it and really get it together. And it took me almost a year to get it back. It did. Like, we were still doing some things, but it took me a year to get it back.
Tell people about.
Hold up, I had a real quick question. Okay, so so sooner or later we're gonna have to change the name from Billy Live to Billy E Live for entertaining. But to me, it sounds like for entrepreneur. Right? Do you find where do you find more joy in, or more satisfaction in, being an entertainer and getting your music and stuff out there, or do you find trying to politic from the background and getting your businesses off the ground and getting them working?
Right now, I like the politicking from the background and doing the business stuff more than I like being an artist. Okay. But because I still have it, I would like to think I can still perform. I still got the look, still got the supporters. I use my music more as a commercial to the other businesses. I don't use my music now to be like, yo, I want to do this and I want to do that. Nah, I'm more focused on the things that make money. You know what I'm saying? So my music promotes my brand. It promotes my face masks, my shirts, the CDs. The money that I make from selling the stuff that my music promotes can go back into my businesses. And there's so many different things you can do with music. And plus, it's like a therapy. It feels good. So without the music outlet, I would have even more stuff inside of me that I need to find ways to get out. So I use the music is necessary in order for me to be who I am. It's necessary, but it's not my focus.
Okay. Now, you had a documentary out about a year. Tell people about that.
Yeah, it was a documentary that told a part of my story at that point. But it dropped about 2 years ago, but the footage was recorded about a year before that. So it's like, now it's like 3 years dated. I could probably do like 4 more documentaries right now.
Right.
But yeah, it was cool. We were very successful with that too. We sold that for $20, and I packaged it with a project too. So we sold that for $20, and we sold hundreds of them. I was studying Nipsey Hussle with his Proud to Pay campaign, where he was like, raise your value of your music and your product. I could sell it. I could put my stuff online for just streaming, right, and get a couple cents off of songs here and there. It's cool. I could sell my CDs for $5. Take me a long ass time to make a couple hundred, cool. Or I can raise my value to what I think my value is and sell it to a lesser amount of people and still reach the same financial goal as I would if I did the streaming or something else to thousands and thousands and thousands of people. So that's why I did it. But because I know streaming and things like that are equally important, I ended up putting those same projects and stuff online for streaming too. So I kind of hit both, but I start out getting the money and then I throw it on the streaming to let it flow.
Do you see yourself in a, I wouldn't say near future, but just in the future doing another documentary?
Yes.
I think he said like 2 or 3, right? You could do
Correct.
Yeah, he's serious about it. He's like, yeah, 2 or 3, it don't matter. I hear that. Yeah. You like I said, you on your entrepreneurial kick, so I like that. That's pretty good. Literally, you focus, you set the plan out, and that's that.
So
COVID brought a monster out of me. They gave me time to think, and they shouldn't have did that.
I think
Good point.
from what it's like COVID forced
A lot of people
to do
what it is.
to step out of the comfort zone, and you kind of forced us to step out the comfort zone. So we definitely want to say thank you.
Like we knew we wanted to move out of comfort zone, but we just didn't know how to go about it. So
sometimes you gotta jump out there. My options were there's a lot of people that sat and did nothing, right? They weren't thinking about shows, they weren't thinking about this, they weren't thinking about music. Everybody just took time off. So while they were taking time off, I was looking at every single hole in my scene that needed to be filled. And I continuously, even when nothing was going on, I continuously stayed in contact with certain people to try to fill them holes. So when opportunities presented itself, I was able to come out running. I don't gotta like take time to think about nothing. It's all set up. So this time is the time of the entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't come out of COVID with like 1,000 money plans or a whole bunch of ideas and nothing like that, then you just wasted 7 months of planning and did nothing with it.
Right. I'm about to ask you some questions, and you tell me what you just give me your answer at that moment, okay?
Yep.
All right. I could never have predicted.
I could never have predicted that I would eventually get to the position that I'm at now. I used to watch other people be who I am now, and I just kind of felt like they weren't doing it right, and I just always wanted the chance. And I would sit around like, man, if I could get these opportunities, I would do this. And now I'm here, and I'm able to really do the stuff that I said I was going to do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The key to happiness is.
The key to happiness is love, family, and I don't want to say money, but financial stability, because I feel like those financial stability takes away a lot of stress. Love fills you up with the energy that you need to kind of move forward when you're by yourself or when you need some extra boost. And family is the thing that inspires me to keep going and keep pushing. So that's what I would say.
Okay. You will never regret.
I will never regret continuing to do to chase my dreams. I'll never regret it. People say, are you too old to keep doing music? Should you be doing this? Should you be doing that? And I look at them like, do you know how old Jay-Z is? Because if I can be a millionaire at 40-some years old, then I'm going to be a millionaire at 40-some years old. So now I ain't old at all.
Right. If you could wish, you might wish you had.
I don't like to wish for anything, but if I had to answer that question, I might wish that I had more wishes.
Smart. The biggest risk I ever took was.
You said the biggest risk?
Yeah.
I would have to say involving myself in a lot of like illegal activities that I didn't have to growing up. I put myself in positions where I could have been in jail still right now, but by the grace of God, things kind of like blew past me and just started going crazy around me. And that's all I needed in order for me to change my life.
Wow. I am never impressed by.
I'm never impressed by.
Yes.
I'm never impressed by people that talk a lot.
Yes. Yes.
I actually hate it.
I hope people will remember me most for
Being a number one absolute realest person in the universe.
wow.
Oh, that was deep.
I like that.
You're short, straight to the point, like no chase. It's just like, yo, boom, bam, boom, and that's it.
All right. Now, if people needed to find you on social media, how could they do it?
You can find me at Billy Live. It's BILLYLYVE on everything, all streaming platforms: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Google, or you can find Wisdom Core Entertainment on all of them same channels. And yeah, it's not hard. It's not hard to find us at all.
Okay.
The hashtag is crazy right now. It's like thousands of, you click on this, all kinds of stuff don't pop up.
Yeah, because you put us down with the hashtag, John.
Like 90.
Yeah.
We've been on Instagram, I don't know how long, and we was just like, yeah, whatever. And you kept saying, dude, it's those hashtags. Like, okay, right, yeah, right.
And pretty much
now we're starting to see it.
definitely.
I study a lot of stuff. I study a lot of videos every single day about trends and algorithms and different things all the time. And it might take me a while to catch on to it, but I'll see something pop up and then it'll something to click in my head like, oh yeah, let me try that. And then I'll tell my team, do it like this, boom, 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 boom. Me personally, I don't really hashtag a lot anymore personally, but you know, a lot of the people that do all the promotion stuff on my team, they focus on that, and I tell a lot of artists that to focus on that. But I kind of fell back from. I have a different form of promoting myself now. I kind of just throw stuff up and just hope people like it. And it's been working for me. It's a more personable approach.
I do have to say the last story, the Instagram story that was made for this interview.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just like, yo,
made it, that was
like
dope.
dude was like yelling, yo,
So
that's
shout
kind
out.
of nice.
Whoever did that.
Right.
Because I'm always looking for different ways, and you know, because it's you got to.
I'll link you with our promoters.
Okay,
cool. So, is there anything else you want to let viewers know that you have coming up or coming out?
Yes, we're opening up our own store and studio in Westminster. It's called the AO Boutique and Wisdom Core Entertainment Studios, and it's literally 5 minutes from my house.
Okay.
Yeah, we will be doing video photography work, recording from 2 different studios. It'll also be a clothing store, so independent clothing designers will be able to have their products in that store, and it's going to be like our home base. And it's really the next level, something that we should have did a long time ago. And it's really like the next level of Wisdom Core. Now we have a place, and once you have a location and all the things that we're going to offer, that's how you start taking your dream and turning it into dollars. Right. So once that works, and once all that work, all of my work will be being done from there, all my bookings and everything. So once that kicks off, I'll have the opportunity to wonder if I want to continue to work or not. So yeah, so me with full time to be able to really work.
Right.
Yeah.
I hear you.
And one last time, just in case they didn't catch it the first time, how can they get into you or follow you on social?
Yeah, just Billy Live, BILLYLYVE, and you can Google it. Everything pops up. So it's all consistent, as well as Wisdom Core Entertainment. We also have another promotional page. It's called The Court, and that's that's we mainly just focus on promoting everybody on those platforms. So definitely follow them pages, and follow me. Sometimes I follow back, but the pages will follow back sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, man, I just want to shout out. I want to shout out the whole team, all of the artists on the roster. I want to shout out AO Boutique. My partners. I want to shout out all of my brand ambassadors and my promoters and marketing people. My partners that are holding me down and working with me. I got some new partners I'm working with. Hagerstown, different venues. Just people that's had my back for a long time. I grabbed them up and I'm bringing it with me now because I started looking around and I'm like, yo, I got to have people around me that inspire me somehow. And if not, then I feel like I'm in a box or I'm in a cage. and I had to change that. So I started bringing more people around me that were people that were really serious about the vision that I had.
That's what's up. Speaking of people that have the same vision as you have, like we always say, if you ever have any groups or whatever that want to come through, just let us know. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Matter of fact, the new. Say it again.
No, I was saying we've interviewed a handful of them, and all of them are cool.
Yeah, no doubt. The new once I get the new booking agency set up, I'm gonna have about 5 clients, new clients, some singers, some rappers, all kinds of stuff, and I'm even about to start working with some up and coming amateur boxers.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's gonna, if y'all are open to all that, it's gonna be a whole new wave at the top of the year. Totally different vibe for what we've been doing.
And which is cool because I think you kind of pushed us into this the live, so it's working out. So
that's where it's at now.
Yeah. So like I said, if you all want to holler at Billy, just let us know. We follow him already, so and anytime you post something, we already kind of like repost it just so people can get that extra. So as always, whenever you feel like you got something coming up or you want to promote something, just let us know. You know, we always got your back for that.
Right.
I do got to shout out our Be More Unique store, our online clothing store, and we're still in the process of putting that together. And the TheRaydioTwins are one of our clients, and that's gonna be that's another wave of things that we're gonna be doing. And yeah, man, I don't know, it's just endless amount of opportunities that we're providing.
Speaking of opportunities, I'm sure if he is watching this, but tell Drew we're trying to do something.
Oh, all right, I got you. Let's do it.
Pressing us, so we're slowly but surely trying to come around to doing music again. So it's like, so hey, and we got a lot of people who would like a number, but we want to work with Drew because we've heard some of his stuff done in the past. Yeah, so
and we definitely, as I always say, we always appreciate the time you take for us to allow us to interview you, right? And all of the other things that most people don't know about and they don't need to know about that you've helped us with, and vice versa. So
I was about to say vice versa because y'all helped me down the times where I really needed it. So it's super family.
Are you a Ravens fan?
I am. I'm currently not watching the game because I'm talking to y'all.
Okay.
He's not even a Ravens fan. Don't fall into that.
No, I'm not.
I was watching it. I was watching it.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
But we're in the lead, though. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right, but no, I was just curious. I'm not gonna say anything else. But anyway, we appreciate time to interview with us and vice versa. So, like I said, anytime you need something, let us know. We got you. So yeah. Well, thanks. Because some people, I'm not gonna say name, but some people was looking at like, yo, this is our first time doing this, and you're a little nervous. I'm like, no, I'm not nervous. Like video online. That's it.
Again, thanks, and we appreciate.
It's a good vibe. I like how y'all sitting. I like the background. It's a cool vibe. So I want to help. I want to help promote and do whatever is necessary to get it popping for y'all. Yes,
right. Definitely.
I got one of our client shirts on, and we got these shirts done for him. That's another thing we do. Shirts, mat, whatever y'all need, we can do it. One stop shop. AO Boutique was going to.
Cool. We know where to order them.
Right. So we're gonna hopefully we got the interview recorded, so we'll get everything straight and send you a copy of it and everything, because we've done it before. All those other I wouldn't say little, but all those other
social media platforms.
Yeah, but
gotcha.
IG. So we'll see how that work out because they like cutting people time off.
So ladies and gentlemen,
it's cool. It's cool.
So ladies and gentlemen, this was Billy Live.
Yep.
Peace.
There it is. Thanks, Bill.
Peace.